Can you make your wrist thicker? There's not a lot of muscle around your wrist, but there might be a way. How to grow bigger wrists and forearms. Is that possible? Or do wrists always stay the same? I don't know.
So you want some big old wrists and forearms, huh? Well, you came to the right place.
Brett. That's Brett.
Yes.
Shout out to Brett.
Because I'm going to tell you exactly how to achieve that pretty damn fast. I get it. Big, thicker forearms and wrists. It looks powerful. It looks domineering. You look like a masculine man, right?
This is what I want.
Yeah, exactly this.
So how can you achieve bigger, thicker wrists?
I don't know if I want my wrist to be super big, because the bigger your wrist, the less impressive the other muscles look. To be honest, I don't think there's too much of a point to targeting the forearms.
I have never been unhappy with my wrist.
But this is a very viral topic. There's a lot of people that want to grow their wrists.
I got bad news for you, buddy, because you can't really grow your actual wrists all that much. The reason being because basically all that there is here is bone. You got two bones in here. You got your radius, your ulna, you got some tendons, a little bit of muscle, and then skin.
Skin?
We can make skin thicker.
Let's hit each other.
However, there is a lot of muscle that could potentially be built right here a bit higher, or I guess lower, in your forearm.
You were very skinny.
Oh, hey.
Have you noticed a difference in your wrist? I think mine got bigger.
So I'm sorry if you are genetically unlucky and you have small wrist bones.
Why is it genetically unlucky? Why is having thin wrists unlucky? Like,
if you have small wrists, you kind of suck, bro, but sorry about that. Maybe it's lucky because it makes your other muscles appear bigger.
yes, like it's not a bad thing.
It's actually a good thing to have smaller wrists and joints in the bodybuilding community, because the smaller your bones and joints are, then the bigger the muscle that you're.
I'm glad this
There
is
you go. Yo, but I wanna measure it. Yours bigger, right?
Mine's a bit bigger.
Yeah, cool.
As with everything.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'm gonna tell you how to build up those forearm muscles.
Comment down below, what's your size? How thick or small are you?
You're gonna train these forearm muscles just like any other muscle. And if you reach hypertrophy week after week after week, you will see growth and you will see an increase in the size of your muscles. So I'm gonna tell you the 4 best forearm exercises.
Oh, I absolutely hate forearm exercises. The only one I like is pull-ups. I don't want to train them. I don't want to have them bigger because they're already bigger almost than my bicep, which kind of sucks, to be honest. You got good forearms as well, and I don't think you did a lot of just forearm training in your life.
No. Just pull-ups. Pull-ups. Hang from a bar.
But maybe there's exercises we don't know.
Twice a week, doing 3 sets to failure for each
Sounds pretty
exercise.
doable. Maybe the muscle could handle 3 times a week.
If you start training them, you will see a difference.
First one is the simple wrist curl. Just like a bicep curl where you curl a dumbbell and the actual bending is happening at your elbow joint, the forearm wrist curl happens just at your wrist joint.
You can also do the reverse one.
Yeah, that's for the extensors.
The second exercise is the wrist squeeze. For this, you're gonna need one of those little wrist squeezers.
But personally, I don't think the gripper is that good of an exercise for muscle growth. I think having the range of motion and really stretching it out is way more effective.
But this is way more fun.
It is.
Third exercise is the forearm twist. To do this, you just take
This one is a good one.
dumbbells of moderate weight.
Have you ever tried
and then
this?
you simply stand with them.
No, because I just don't like it. I don't like it. Don't look at me like that.
I actually learned this by watching the former 7-time Mr. Olympia Phil Heath work out, and he's known for having legendary forearm muscles. They're absolutely huge.
He's got forearm muscles on top of his forearm muscles.
And then underneath, he has some forearm muscles.
Yeah, and then he's got some more forearm muscles. I'd also add that hanging from a pull-up bar is a great way to build grip strength, aka forearm muscles.
Yes, true.
The side curl. To do this, you grab 2 moderate weights, ones that you can do, moderate rep ranges, so probably like 25 or 30 pounds. Stand with your feet shoulder width apart.
Okay.
And when you're doing it, you'll definitely see that brachioradialis popping out.
Holy shit, your brachioradialis looks insane, bro.
Thanks, man.
And like I said, these are gonna grow your forearm muscles. You'll get a little bit of growth in your wrists, but you are gonna be very limited because simply genetics don't allow joints to grow that much.
Growing your wrist thicker is impossible.
No.
Except for this guy, because he says he found a method.
So if you've been working out trying to put on muscle, but you still have puny little wrists, well,
Yes.
I used to have this problem severely.
I didn't know this was a thing.
Basically, the test goes like this. You take your middle finger and your thumb and you wrap it around the smallest part of your wrist. If your middle finger overlaps your thumb like this, you have a small build. If your middle finger...
That's not... We both have a small build.
I do not agree. we have a large build because our fingers are extremely long.
Exactly.
Later on in life, I got a little bit more into breaking or b-boying, which consisted of gymnastics like power moves. Maybe this training where I was putting my hands down a lot, really using my fingers to hold myself up, was stimulating not only the growth of my forearm and just my grip overall.
It could make sense that if you sort of jamming your wrists as a sport, that they become bigger because like the calluses, like your bones get a bit thicker.
Your body needs to adapt and your body wants to adapt.
I noticed, yeah, I was growing, I was putting on muscle, and my forearms were even growing, but my wrist size was not increasing. My wrists still look puny, at least to me in the mirror. Maybe I'm just way too self-conscious.
I think I've never noticed this about someone.
No.
And I think I'd rather notice that someone's muscles are big if their wrists are a bit smaller. It's all comparison. If there's something big next to something that got bigger, it will look less impressive rather than something big next to something small, which is why I like to hang out with Arjen.
What changed? Let me tell you. Last year, I ended up doing a challenge called the 1,000 second hang challenge, where I tried to hang on a bar for 1,000 seconds a day. My forearms were super pumped, but also my wrists more up towards the skinniest portion of the wrist. I literally noticed physically, holy crap, it looks pumped.
I am so confused. It's like I just got dropped into a completely new earth where everything about aesthetics is just about the wrist.
Yes, imagine a job interview. Welcome, Stan. Let me see.
Yo, like right away.
How is that possible? Your wrist can't possibly grow because it's all about muscle attachments, and if you're genetically exposed to higher muscle attachment, then your wrist is never going to grow according to Harvard University's. Okay, scientifically, not 100% certain, it just grew, bro, all right?
His source is trust me, bro. But
It's a good source.
but it's fine because there's no real study that's even possible where you can do, like, you know, let's just b-boy for years and then also do 1,000 second hang challenge. It's like, no one's gonna do that, so no one really knows what happens. And this guy says it drew.
Hang as long as you can. You really hold on to that bar and you hold until you give up and you let go. Then you rest for exactly as long as you just hung. Then you go back to the bar and you try your best to hold on.
Wow, you would be busy the entire day if you can hang for an hour.
Yeah, but at the end of the workout, you probably wouldn't have more than 3 minutes.
And then you do this for 5 sets.
Yo, this is a lot of effort. I was afraid that this was going to be a lot of work, but I am very glad I can now thicken my wrist simply by hanging around.
Yeah, but for a very long time with 5 sets every workout.
I think this is a lot of work.
Yes.
I would suggest to just do pull-ups. This is a fun routine. It's good. It's fun. I ain't doing it.
Wrist curls and even like the squeezing thing, you know, it seems like they work the forearms down here, but for some reason it doesn't cause as much of a hypertrophic response in like that upper wrist.
I know why. You're hanging, so your weight and gravity is pulling you down. All these other exercises you mentioned, gripping, everything, there's no stress on the wrist necessarily, but here you're literally just stretching your bones there. Like there is stress on there.
Look at this. We have a hang challenge in the app. You can just start it, time it, see your progress, so you now know how to grow your wrist thicker.
But another age-old question is, why are prisoners so insanely jacked? Make sure to check out this video for the answer. Smash like, subscribe, and hit that bell.